Hey, what's up, Clashers? Turn 56 from iKonik here, bringing you another base breakdown video. And this one here is the highlight attack from iKonik War 110 versus Donate Dominate. This was Nasty Nate who took down this base, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how he was able to do that. So as always with these videos, we're going to talk about the base itself first. We'll look at weaknesses, we'll talk about strategies for attacking it, and we'll show you where the traps are since this was a cleanup, and then we'll go ahead and watch the replay. So for the traps here, they were revealed to be in these locations. Tesla's in the blue, and then he had two sets of giant bombs as well in these locations right here. As to the traps, they're okay, I guess. The Teslas are fine, I suppose. The double giant bombs are going to be effective in the sense that, yes, they are the shortest distance between two defenses. The hogs will definitely path there if it's not funneled. But they're also fairly easily pre-popped, I think, so not the greatest location. But that doesn't even really turn out to be an issue for Nate because he doesn't straight hog this. He brings a go wee wee ho on this one. He's very good at this attack style. This has kind of turned out to be his signature attack style. He's got a great feel for the timing of it and how to attack a base with it. So let's talk about this base itself first. If you look at this core, it's a huge core with a lot of defenses in it. You know, he's got the two Expos, the mortars, the 280s. So it's nice for this style of attack, a golem-based attack, getting your golems into the core there and cleaning that out. Now the downside with most go wee wee attacks or go wipe attacks is they tend to stall out in the core. They're great at punching through to the core. They're great at guaranteeing a 2-star because you're going to get the 50%, you're going to get the town hall. But if you look at all these walls here, he's got, if he's coming in from the southeast here, no matter which direction he wants to go in at that, he's got all these walls between him and the next layer of defenses that he's got to try to beat his way through. And it's just going to be too much. It's going to give all these defenses over here too much time to just key in on his DPS and remove them one by one, and he'll run out of time or more likely run out of troops. So that's why you need to have some sort of DPS on the back end. We like hogs or loons on the back end of our golem-based attacks in iKonik. Wizards can also be used effectively on certain bases, but generally speaking, you want something that's going to target the defenses first. So Nate brings back-end hogs on this one. He brings 11, and he uses them very well. The key to that is to basically, once you get your golem-based army in the core, you want to attack from one of the flanks that is doing the most damage to your DPS. You know, look at where your golems are, see if they're shifted in one direction or another, and send in your hogs from the opposite side, because you don't want to waste them on the side where your golems are already doing the tanking. You want to be able to take out the defenses that are focusing in on your wizards and your heroes, your DPS. So the very first step of this attack is he's just going to drop one hog over here, and that's all it's going to take to come in on this mortar, and he's going to get the full clan castle lure. Gotta love the cheap clan castle lures. Going to anchor off over here with an archer, and then he's going to do a very standard clan castle kill. He's going to drop a few barbs for distractions. He's going to have some wizards and some witches, and his AQ over here. So the wee wee portion of the go wee wee and the AQ. And they are going to take out the clan castle troops right around there. Now at this point, he has 3 golems that he brought. He drops 2 to start off with, and I love how he deployed his golems. Anytime you're doing a golem-based army, you want to have a nice big spread on them. You want them to be tanking an entire section of that base. You want all of the defenses to be keyed in on your golems, not your DPS. So you want them to have a nice wide spread. That's very important on this type of attack. So he drops one in here first, keys in on that Tesla. He drops another one down here, a little bit offset, so he attracts the attention of that archer tower, but knowing that it's going to go through this gap right here, because that's the easiest path to defenses. While that's going on, while this guy is distracted, while that mortar is distracted, he drops a couple of wall breakers, shatters that wall right there, and then a third golem comes in, heads right into that chamber, because that's now the easiest defense to get to. And that is huge in this attack, because this golem over here on the left side of this wing is going to be tanking this entire section of defenses for the entire attack, taking out all of this DPS so it can't focus in on his troops once they make it into the core. That was very big. This attack was so much more effective than it would have been if he had just dropped 2 golems into the middle here. So at this point, he's going to drop a whole bunch of wizards and whatever. They're going to start taking out these trash buildings. The funnel is going to go up. The rest of his DPS is going to go down. The Barb King's going to push in here. He's going to be able to use wall breakers effectively. He's going to break through his next 2 layers of defenses, or of walls, and his troops are all going to start pushing in nicely. He's got 3 heal spells and a rage. He uses 2 of these spells for his core troops. There's a heal that goes down right around there, as well as a rage. And the rage is really nicely used. He uses this to, if you look at this core, look at these 3 buildings in the middle here that he's got to go through before he can finally get to the last defenses that are in this core. 3 of the highest HP buildings in the game: the clan castle, the town hall, and the defensive, or the dark elixir storage. Those are going to take a while to go down, so I like how he uses the rage there. First, he gets the benefit of the early part of the rage for these defenses, and then the second part of the rage to take down those high HP buildings. I really liked that. So at this point, his troops are into this core, the golems are in, they've pretty much cleared this sucker out, and he's noticed that his golems have started to drift a little bit. So he's still got this golem over here is going to be off over in this direction now. He's going to be tanking these defenses. He's going to have the other golem, I think broken into golemites at this point, is going to be over here. Both of these 2 golems actually end up in here, so he's basically got like a golem and then a couple golemites that are in the core here. So the front of this army is being tanked still, and the left flank is being tanked, but not the right flank. So this is the side that he brings his hogs in from. The defenses are a little bit distracted. They're taking out his DPS. So he drops his, he has 11 hogs remaining still, and they come in, and he drops a couple of heals for them as well to keep them up and running, something like that. And the hogs do great work. They manage to take out all of these defenses. They work their way around slowly but surely, and unfortunately they hit a brick wall when they get to this double bomb here. That takes them out. But at that point, this attack is pretty much already determined, because all of these other defenses are already down. Well, actually, I think that archer tower's still up. Maybe not. I think it gets down to the point where it's just these 3 defenses: the cannon, the wizard tower, and the Tesla. And he still has his golem tanking over here. He still has his Barb King. He still has plenty of DPS in the core that's pushing around. And they all meet nicely in this section over here and just overwhelm those last 3 defenses. So a really nice attack for 3 stars by Nate. And yeah, I think that's probably all I have to say about it. So let's go ahead and watch the replay and see how this worked out. Clear all this off here. Okay, let's just jump right on in here. So, really easy lure. Gotta love those high value troops in there that take up a lot of space, like the witch. Lure only takes like 2 seconds. Gotta love it. Standard clan castle kill over here. Nice technical kill. The barbs down to distract. Then come the witches. I think he just drops like 2 wizards and an AQ as well. And they make short work of these troops. While that's going on, he starts dropping his golems. Watch this guy down here. As soon as they're all distracted, he knows they're distracted. There go the wall breakers, and there's that third golem. Really nice technique there. And the wizards are down there clearing out the trash buildings, making a nice big funnel for his Barb King. Although his Barb King does kind of walk around over there. Those first giant bombs get triggered by a single skeleton. That's the best possible scenario there. And as you can see here, he's got the DPS, he's got his AQ, about half a dozen wizards, a couple witches, and the 2 golems are all in the core, so they're just going to hollow at that core so fast. He's got his Barb King that's following that golem, which actually works out really nicely, because that's the only DPS that follow that golem. And here come the hogs. You can see that was the side of his army that was a little bit exposed, so great choice on how to drop them, knowing that he had heal spells. If you don't have heal spells for your back-end hogs, it's sometimes better to deploy them from the side where golems are tanking, because the hogs are kind of squishy and they won't last as long. But if you do have some heals that are dedicated to those hogs, that's definitely the side that you want to drop them on. And there's the double giant bombs, unfortunately taking out those hogs, but at this point it's over. Down to just a couple defenses, and look at all the DPS coming in. And it's just going to be a matter of cleanup here. So a really nice attack here for 3 stars. The 2 keys to the attack, in my opinion, were right at the start. That really nice maneuver with the golem to get him in that third side, so that golem would be flanking that left side of the defenses and tanking over there. And then the really nice timing and direction of the deployment on the hogs. So a nice 3-star attack and a pretty close war that we needed every 3-star that we had. So awesome work, Nate. Keep up the good work. There you go, you guys. That's the recap here. I hope that you liked the video, and until next time, this is Turn 56 saying keep on clashing.